Welcome back to the IMBA tournament, round 4. This is round 4 because Lou X917 needs to get the contestants down into further things. As we can see, this replay is frozen. Great, nice idea. Bear with me. Right, here we go. Round 4 between Freshie and Currysmugler. Freshie UEF red bottom left and Curry Aeon top right. As we can see, Curry won Uber on this map in the test match before the IMBA tournament. So we'll see how he does against a better opponent of Freshie. As we can see, civilians in the middle. Well, dead civilians in the middle of the 4 buildings. As we can see, we just have rocks all over. Nice reclaimable rocks. And pretty much little rocks in little areas around the map. So it'll be interesting to see who does what tactic on this map between Freshie. Obviously, Freshie's going for 2 power generators and a mass extractor. And Curry's going for 2 mass extractors, which he's already done. And he's going to start building his 4th mass extractor. And he's also got queued 4 more land factories after his hydrocarbon plough plant. And he's just queued another 2 more. So obviously Curry's going for a massive factory spam, and so is Freshie. So Freshie's telling his ACU to assist with the hydrocarbon plough plant and build 4 land factories around that 1 mass extracting point. And he's going to have his engineers on attack reclaim all over the place. So this will be interesting. 2 different tactics, 2 different fractions, 2 different styles of play, all mixed into 1 massive feature game. So this will be epic. As we can see, Freshie's almost finished with the hydrocarbon power plant. Curry's done his, and he's now on his land factory. First of many land factories, it seems. Freshie starting his 1 of 4 land factories. Curry's finished his first land factories. He's on his 2nd. So obviously at the moment Freshie is currently behind on the land factories. Let's have a look. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Curry. So Freshie is minus 12 seconds behind Curry's building of the land factories. So obviously that's going to pay dividends in Curry's favour. 14 seconds is an entire unit. Is an entire 1 mantis. So it's not much, but in a feature game, that 1 mantis can prove dividends and could win the game. As we look at the right hand side of the map, we've got 2 mech marines currently currently pushing up the right hand side, which are currently being wiped out by the mantises, the mantis squadron. As we can see, eco wise it's pretty much evens. Obviously Freshie's building a T1 radar system just before his SU starts getting involved, and Curry's doing the exact same. As we can see, we have Curry with 4 mantises and a land scout currently pushing up the top map. So making sure that his engineers don't get killed when building the mass extractors. Obviously 4 land factories are up, Freshie's 4 land factories are up, building M12 striker tanks. Freshie's ACU is reclaiming the rubble and the rocks just outside of Curry's ACU base. As you can see, Curry is pushing down the right hand side of the bottom right hand side of the map. Obviously, if he takes out that, that's going to give even more of advantage to Curry. Obviously, Curry's going after the mass extractors and not the units. Obviously, mass extractors count more than units. As we can see, Curry's got 5 land factories up, well 6 including the one in his main base, versus the 6 land factories of Freshie, but Freshie's going for air. So obviously Freshie wants to get air superiority, air soup up. Obviously Curry's going to have to try and react to that as quickly as possible. But as we can see, Curry is pushing into Freshie's base. As we can see, Curry is placed his units right into the heart of Freshie's base. So obviously that's gonna really hurt Freshie a lot. Obviously Freshie's got a small unit on the right hand side of the map pushing into Curry's base, but obviously the Curry is dealing with them not as efficiently as I hoped, actually, not as efficiently as well. So obviously Freshie's winning the fight there. Curry's in major trouble near his ACU as well. Obviously the Mantises are really under heavy pressure with Curry, so obviously Freshie's killed more. Obviously Curry does have more mass income now because of all the wreckage that the Freshie has just left in Freshie's base. Obviously Freshie is now going to start pushing into Curry's ACU. As we can see, even more reclaim for Freshie to do. So that's going to be brilliant for Freshie. So Curry's got more backup on the way. As we can see, 2 tanks of Freshie's have survived the fight and are now killing 2 mass points at the bottom. So obviously Curry ain't too pleased about that, and is now dispatching units to deal with it. Obviously 1 Mantis won't kill 2 tanks. Stupid Curry. As we can see, so Freshie and Curry now starting the ACU fight wars, as we can see. So this is pretty much a 2-point assault. As we can see, Freshie's now got a T1 bomber up. Obviously he's building more bombers because Curry doesn't have any interceptors up or any land. Obviously Freshie's in major problems now. Not as major as what those can be. Obviously Freshie's got more units than Curry has, but Freshie's further at Curry's units and Freshie's at Curry's units. Obviously Curry is now pushing through the bottom right hand side of the map for the 5, but obviously the Mantises are doing more damage than the M12. No, scratch that. Obviously this is quite interesting. Curry is currently getting absolutely bombarded by air bombers. Obviously he needs to sort that out pretty quickly to have any chance of surviving this match. Bombers will kill any units it can. Curry is now using his SU to start killing the M12 striker tanks, but obviously not as effectively as possibly. There is quite a big health difference between Curry and Freshie. Over 3,500 health difference, so that's quite good in Curry's favour, but Freshie has more land units than Curry. Curry's got more. Obviously Freshie's pushing through the bottom right hand side of the map to the top right hand side of the map. currently wiping out his mass extractors, so but Curry still doesn't have the income that he needs. Obviously Curry's building T1 air turrets, but his mantises are getting absolutely battered by the T1 bombers. Obviously he needs that air defence up pretty quickly to kill the bombers, which he's doing quite well. So the bombers are now being killed quite effectively. So that T1 air turret pretty much makes the bombers, obviously makes the bombers even more effective now because he's just been killed. Obviously Curry has missed 2 tanks on the right hand side of the map, which he needs to kill quite quickly. Curry's ACU is pretty much getting battered by the M12 strike tanks, so he needs reinforcements to his ACU immediately, or otherwise Curry's going to get absolutely pummeled. Curry's down to 6,000 health. Obviously walking in a straight line, the artillery locks on and starts taking chunks off that health. 3,000 health now. 2,000, 1,000. And good game to Curry and Freshy, with Freshy the victor. Stay tuned, there is one more match to go, I do believe.